This video is about 7 things that I do or should be doing to free up my time so that I have time to do things that I want to do. This video is about how I free and want to free up my time, so I'll make it really short and to the point. If you like my videos, please subscribe. For those that have asked, it is free. Press the bell button, comment on the comment sections and like it, that'd be great. So here are the 7 things that I'm doing or I'm trying to do. I genuinely like to hear from my clients, but I don't know about you, but email is the bane of your life, or bane of my life, because I have 100 a day habits, and the vast majority are not emails that I want to receive from my clients. It's just stuff that's going on, or emails, conversations that are never ending, or being copied into stuff that you don't really need to be copied into. The first 2 things on the list are things that I'm trying to achieve with email, with some success but limited success. The first one is scheduling time to look at emails. The danger with receiving 100 emails a day is that you receive an email about every 5-10 minutes, which means that it's really disturbing because that ping, ping, ping is just going off all the time, and every time it goes off it's so easy to just check your email and then deal with that problem, and then you lose the thread of the more difficult piece of work that you're doing. The first thing that I'm going to do, and I'm not doing at the moment, is set out 2 times in a day where I'm going to deal with all my emails, sort them all out, answer them, and then just not looking at them the rest of the day and not allow them to disturb me. The second thing that I think I'm reasonably good at is ending an email conversation, because it's very easy to just talk forever on email and you never actually resolve it, so the email conversation is finished. And there is a way of doing it, an email, so you're perfectly polite, perfectly reasonable, but you've answered everything that needs to be said. You've answered the questions in the email and the implied questions in the email, so that it's satisfying for the person who receives it, because they're not having to answer, well, yeah, you said that, but then it also makes me think of this. You're doing a full reply, and that ends a conversation, and I think that dealing with something once is so much quicker than dealing with it twice, because you've got to refresh it in your brain. And of course, the ultimate way of ending an email conversation is just to pick up the phone and speak to the person. The third one is weekend working, and this is the second cousin of email, because the easiest way to slip into weekend working is by looking at your emails. So I was guilty of doing that this weekend, but over the last 6 months I've been fairly good at that, but obviously not perfect. The problem with working at the weekend is that my staff aren't around, so I can't resolve any issues that have been raised at that time. So what happens is they rattle around in my head for the rest of the weekend, and that just takes away the freedom from the weekend for me. So number 3, not working at weekend and not looking at your emails at the weekend, which I'll try harder to do, but I have had some success with. Number 4 is stop doing things. It's very easy to get into the routine of doing something every day, every week, every month, but is it necessary? And actually looking at those things and deciding whether they really are necessary or not, and stopping doing things that are not necessary, frees up your time. And one of the things that I need to do is look at some of the performance indicators, some of the statistics that we prepare, and just work out whether we need to do them or we don't need to do them, or actually if we could combine them and get the same information out of one statistic where 2 we have at the moment. Number 5 is delegating. So if you can't stop doing it, then maybe getting somebody else to do it is the answer. There are different ways of delegating. Now, I've got a group of people who work for me and they can do some of the work that I might otherwise do. But for people who work on their own, there is virtual help that you can get, so you can delegate without actually employing people. I have a growing business, and if we grew by 20%, 20% is 1 day a week, which means that just to stand still, just to do the same amount of work as I did before I had the 20% growth, I need to delegate a whole day's work. So that's a huge amount of delegation. So I really need to really think about whether I need to do it. And it has to be an ongoing process, because in a growing business, unless I keep delegating, then I'm going to be subsumed by work. And I sort of have an idea that I might want to do less work, not more work. So this delegation process is ongoing. And it's becoming more personal, because as the business has grown, I need to now start really thinking about some of the things that I actually like doing, and deciding whether I need to do them or not, which is something that's difficult. But delegating, definitely number 5 on the list. Number 6 is something that I actually delegated a long time ago, but it's also something that automation can help you with. So number 6 is automation. And the thing that's closest to my heart in this regard is bookkeeping, where the ability to use modern technology to make your bookkeeping more efficient by using such tools as Xero and Receipt Bank and various other things you can do to make your bookkeeping as easy as it can be. Number 7 is working with people you like, and I only work with people I like. Now, it's easy to see that working with people you like is just pleasurable in itself, but why does it save you time? Firstly, if I work with people I don't like, then I procrastinate terribly about dealing with them, which means that I waste a whole load of time procrastinating. I've got to ring such and such. I'll go and make a cup of coffee. I've got to do, I'll do the ironing, I'll do cleaning, anything. If I'm not dealing with people I like, so I only work with people I like because it saves me time as well as I enjoy it. The other thing about working with people you like is that they behave themselves, because people who you don't like can be very difficult to deal with, and that whole email chain you have with people who are difficult actually just wastes a whole load of time. So number 7, really important, work with people who you like. I'll be really interested to know what you find is the best way that saves you time and gives you the freedom to have time doing what you want to do. Please comment below.